Did you know that not all dinosaurs lived at the same time? Dinosaurs lived in the Mesozoic era, which began 251 million years ago and ended 66 million years ago. The first dinosaurs evolved during the Triassic period, which began the Mesozoic era and lasted until 201 million years ago. The Jurassic period lasted from 201 to 145 million years ago. This period is sometimes called the Age of Giants because the largest dinosaurs, known as sauropods, evolved to huge sizes during this period. The final period in the Mesozoic era is the Cretaceous period, which lasted from 145 million years ago to 66 million years ago. Some of the most well-known dinosaurs such as Velociraptor, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus rex lived during this period. The Mesozoic era came to a violent end when a large asteroid slammed into Earth, killing approximately 80% of all species of animals. Dinosaurs existed for 177 million years until an enormous asteroid struck Earth. The impact was so big, it created a huge dust cloud. This cloud blocked out the sun for almost a year. It caused plants and animals that depended on light and the sun, like dinosaurs, to become extinct. This event happened 66 million years ago, and it is known as the Cretaceous Paleogene, or KPG, extinction. It marked the end of the Mesozoic era. Fortunately, one group of dinosaurs survived the extinction: birds. Dinosaurs still exist in the form of birds, and there are more than 10,000 species of birds living today in our Cenozoic era. During the late Triassic period, Herrerasaurus was the largest meat-eating dinosaur on Earth. This big predator could take on almost any prey, including Eoraptor. Eoraptor was a small predator, but a fast hunter. It may have hunted at night so it could sneak up on its prey. It also used the dark to hide from Herrerasaurus. Herrerasaurus had a flexible joint in its lower jaw that let it slide back and forth. It was 13 feet long, 5.5 feet tall, and weighed nearly 700 pounds. Eoraptor, on the other hand, was 3 feet long, 2 feet tall, and weighed only 20 pounds. And it had claws on its feet that helped it run on sand, mud, and hard ground. Both of these dinosaurs lived from about 228 million years ago to 216 million years ago in the forest of Argentina. Paleontologists know a lot about coelophysis because dozens of skeletons were found in a place called Ghost Ranch in New Mexico. This Triassic period dinosaur graveyard was created when a large pack of coelophysis were crossing a flooded stream. Adults and babies were found at this site, suggesting that these dinosaurs lived in family groups. The skeletons had bones of baby crocodile in its stomach, providing evidence of what coelophysis ate and that crocodiles are over 200 million years old. Based on its structure, coelophysis was probably the fastest land animal in its environment. It was 10 feet long, 3 feet tall, and weighed 40 pounds. It lived in the late Triassic and early Jurassic period, 228 million to 196 million years ago in Arizona and New Mexico. A really cool fact about coelophysis happened after they went extinct. In 1998, the crew of the Space Shuttle Endeavour took a coelophysis skull with them on the Space Shuttle's first trip to the International Space Station. So we really did have dinosaurs on a spaceship. Plateosaurus was probably the largest, heaviest dinosaur on Earth in its time. It lived in the late Triassic period 214 to 204 million years ago in South Africa, Europe, Greenland, and South America. It weighed 8,000 pounds while standing 12 feet tall and 26 feet long. It had special teeth that can chew through the toughest vegetation. This means that Plateosaurus could eat many different kinds of plants. It walked on 4 legs, but could stand up on its 2 rear legs. This helped it reach the highest trees. Plateosaurus had long claws on each hand that can be used to grab branches or defend against predators. Rheorosaurus was an early sauropodomorph. Like its later cousins, it had a long neck and whip-like tail. At first, some paleontologists thought that Rheorosaurus could only stand on its 4 feet. But new studies show that it could stand, walk, and even run on its back legs. This also allows it to reach higher in the trees. They had thick skin that protected it during attacks and very long claws on its hands that could be used for defense. Rheorosaurus was an herbivore that lived in the late Triassic period between 216 and 203 million years ago in Argentina. It stood 7 feet tall, 33 feet long, and weighed 7,000 pounds. And it may have been able to drink 20 gallons of water a day. Dilophosaurus lived in the early Jurassic period, between 199 and 198 million years ago, and it had 2 crests that ran along the top of its skull from its nose to its eyes. It had thin, light bones and arms that couldn't move much. This meant that it was a carnivore that used its jaws and teeth to catch prey, like fish and small animals. It roamed Arizona and ate fish, baby crocodiles, and small plant-eating dinosaurs. It was 5 feet tall and 23 feet long and weighed 880 pounds. It had strange hooks on its upper jaw that may have helped it hold slippery prey like fish, and it had twice as many upper teeth as lower teeth. Unlike pop culture, it did not have frills around its neck, and there was no evidence it could spit hot tar at its enemies. Cryolophosaurus means frozen crested reptile. This carnivore was discovered in Antarctica and lived in the early Jurassic period between 189 million years ago and 183 million years ago. Although it is cold and frozen today, parts of Antarctica were warmer and covered in forest during the age of the dinosaurs. Cryolophosaurus had a crest on its head. This crest was thin and fragile, so it is known it was not used for battle. Cryolophosaurus was a top predator in its area and one of the largest predators on Earth during its time. It was the size of a truck, standing 7 feet tall and 20 feet long. Bite marks on its bones showed that this dinosaur ate each other, and it had tiny brains, which means it was not very smart. Megalosaurus was the first dinosaur to ever receive a name in 1824. The name means big reptile. At first, scientists thought Megalosaurus walked on all 4 legs, like a lizard or a crocodile. But after more study, they discovered that it walked on its back legs. This dinosaur was a large, strong carnivore that could take on almost anything that lived in its territory. Megalosaurus lived in the Jurassic period between 175 to 155 million years ago in the forests and shores of England. It ate medium and large plant-eating dinosaurs and weighed in at 4,000 pounds. Megalosaurus' strong neck muscles helped it pull pieces of meat off its prey and may have scratched trees to keep its claws sharp, just like bears and cats do today. Monolophosaurus means single-crested lizard. It was named for its large, hollow crest on the top of its skull. Some scientists think the crest may have helped it with its sense of smell. Others think it was used to attract a mate or threaten a rival. This medium-sized predator most likely hid in the trees or bushes until a plant-eating dinosaur walked by, and then it pounced on its prey. It lived in the Middle Jurassic period between 167 to 161 million years ago in the forest of China. It weighed half a ton and had long, sharp claws on each of its hands. Like Dilophosaurus, Monolophosaurus had more teeth on the top of its jaw than the bottom, and its stiff tail helped it change directions quickly when running at top speeds.